How's it going, my fellow Planeswalkers? Today, I bring another cool brew just for you. And this one I'm calling Enter the Battlefield Gifts. So this is a fun little brew that I slapped on together just last night. I played it a couple of times. It's super fun to play and very satisfying as well. Okay, so basically the whole theme of this deck is I'm just running a bunch of creatures that have Enter Battlefield effects, eventually building up to a Lumbering Battlement. And when you throw down Lumbering Battlement, it exiles all those creatures on the field, gives them +2/+2 for each card exile with it, and then either blinking him to make him leave the battlefield for a second, getting all those Enter the Battlefield effects once again, or even if he dies, and then you can have an infinite combo, theoretically, if you have 3 Lumbering Battlements, or even, let's say, 1 Lumbering Battlements and 2 Mirror Images. It works out really cool. So anyway, let me give you the breakdown right now. Before I do, I want to give you guys a reminder to please like and subscribe if you have not yet. Okay, without further ado, let's get right onto it. So starting off, we have 3 copies of Wall of the Lost Thoughts. This is just a nice way, to defend out some creatures of my opponent. And also, when you put it down on the battlefield, the opponent mills the top 4 cards of his deck. Really cool, nice 2-drop. Then we have 4 Dusk Legion Zealots. This is for some good card draw going on in this deck. For a 2-drop, gives you a card, you lose 1 life. This is really nice. Then we have 4 Justicars Portals. So even if I don't have Lumbering Battlement on the field, this is another great way to get some Enter the Battlefield effects. Plus, it gives the creature that I'm going to blink first strike. So it could even help me block out beyond just getting the walk-in, the Enter the Battlefield effect. This is a cool card. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. It gains first strike until end of turn. Really nice. Okay, we have 1 Inspiring Cleric. I'm just running this in the deck for some much needed life gain. Sometimes it's necessary. Then we have 4 Militia Buglers. So this Militia it's not Burglar, it's Bugler. Okay. So this Militia Bugler is pretty cool because most of my creatures in this deck have power 2 or less. We have Dusk Legion Zealots, we have Wall of Lost Thoughts, we have other Militia Buglers, we have Exclusion Mages, we have Mirror Images, we have Gravediggers, and we have Ravenous Chupacabras. So essentially pretty much everything besides the 1 copy of Inspiring Cleric, Basilica Bellhaunt, and the Lumbering Battlements. So this is just a really clutch card in this deck. It helps thin out the deck. It gives me some more creatures for some more Enter the Battlefield shenanigans. Really great card. Definitely warrants 4 slots. Then we have 3 Exclusion Mages. This is just to throw some stuff back into the opponent's hand. 2 Mirror Images. In fact, I would maybe even consider throwing in a 3rd. I'll see how we do on these few matchups over here, and then we'll go from there. Release to the Wind. So I'm playing this for the same reason why I'm playing Justicars Portal. I can't play a 5th copy of Justicars Portal, so I thought I'd get something else to blink with. I do know that with the new expansion, I was going over some more of the Spark cards, and I do think there's a couple of cards that I could add into this deck that will make it just a bit more consistent. Anyway, so Release to the Wind, it's a rare card, an instant, cost 3 to do. At first, when you read this card, you really don't see the value of playing it. Exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may cast it without paying its mana cost. So, I don't know why it's a rare, really. I'm just playing it for the blink effect. Then we have Mortify. This is for some much needed removal. Whatever the Ravenous Chupacabras is not going to deal with. And this also gives me some enchantment removal, which is nice as well. Then we have 2 Gravediggers, just in case I need to bring some stuff back from the graveyard. 1 Basilica Bellhaunt. Now, the thing is, being that I don't own the full set of rare lands, sometimes it could be hard for me to score the Basilica Bellhaunt on curve. I threw it in here anyway. I was like, what the hell? It just seems like a great Enter the Battlefield effect. And I am running the colors, so whatever. We'll see how this works out for us. Then we have the MVP of this deck, the Lumbering Battlements. 5 costs, 4/5 creature in its own right. Vigilance. Very nice. If it had Vigilance and Trample, by the way, this would be 100% way too OP. When Lumbering Battlement enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-token creatures you control until it leaves the battlefield. Lumbering Battlement gets +2/+2 for each card exile with it. So you're deriving a lot of value over here. You're taking off the creatures on the board over here, making one massive solid threat. So the opponent typically has to remove said threat. However, if they remove said threat, they get punished big time by having all my other enter the battlefield effects come down onto the field all at once and really messing up his day. So this is a really cool card. As I said, if this guy had trample, it would be out of this world good. But for this time, this is really nice. Hopefully I'll be able to kick this combo off for you guys on this video. And let's get right on to it. So we have an assortment of lands, 7 plains, 1 island. I'm keeping this 1 island. Am I keeping this 1 island? I don't even know why I'm keeping this 1 island. Whatever. 6 swamps, 2 glacial fortresses, 1 hallowed fountain, 1 godless shrine, 1 isolated chapel, 2 drowned catacombs, and 3 watery graves. Alrighty, let's go on into it. Round 1. This is Enter the Battlefield Gifts. It's super fun to play, it really is. As I said before, maybe I would take out 1 copy of something and just throw in another mirror image, because I could just get the Enter the Battlefield effect of any of my other cards over there, and that could really work out for me in a pinch, especially if I copy a Ravenous Chupacabra or something to that nature, and I could get some good removal going on over here. All right, so let's see what our opening hand's going to look like for us. Okay, so I'm going to keep this mainly because I have a Dusk Legion Zealot and Militia Burglar, and I could get the Dusk Legion Zealot on curve for sure, and probably catch a Militia Bugler as well. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to keep with it, and this is also, I'm pretty happy the opponent has mulliganed down. Nice. Okay, yep, we're ready on curve for what we need. We're going to see an opt from the opponent probably right now. Yup. This is typical. I hope I'm not going against some mono blue tempo. I don't know how I'll do against that. Okay. This may be a Drake deck. I think I could do better on a Drake deck, being that I have Ravenous Chupacabras and stuff of that nature. Okay, so now we have a Dusk Legend Zealot. Get a bit more cards. Perfect. We have Exclusion Mages. We have Militia Buglers. We're actually right where we need to be. I'm very happy with this. 100% happy with this. Discovery. Okay, so this may be a Phoenix deck, which works out for me. Is he going to remove that with the shock? Okay, so what type of, let's see what he's going to do over here. Let's swing in with the Dusk Legion. He's going to let that hit. So we're going to go for the Militia Bugler. Perfect. I'm going to get something more. Hopefully I'll pull off another Ravenous Chupacabra. Okay, an Exclusion Mage will do. Unfortunately, the opponent gets to see. I have to reveal the card, so he knows what I have now in hand. But we have a very solid hand right now. We have everything that we need to cast. We can cast it with our mana base. We have a Militia Bugler, Chart a Course. Yeah, this dude is definitely going to be playing some form of Phoenix deck. At least that's my feelings. I would like if he threw something down so I could get some effect out of some of these other creatures I have over here. All right, that's nice. Okay, and now we even have a Gravedigger. Okay, so even if we draw Basilica Bellhaunt, we could play that as well. So this is super, super nice. So the question is, do I save the Mortify for, say, a Crackling Drake? Do I not? You know what? I think I'm just going to roll with it. Might as well thin out this deck as much as I can. Do some damage as well. Oh, beautiful. And then we have a mirror image as well. I don't want to give that part of the gig up yet. Oh, shoot. No, I have 7 cards. This is good. This is good for us. The opponent's going to have to make a play at this point. So if he's playing Niv Mizzet, I'm just going to Exclusion Mage the Niv Mizzet or I'll probably Ravenous Chupacabra it. And I won't get punished for playing a... Oh, okay. So we have a Lumbering Battlement now. Lumbering Battlements. Okay, so I'm going to throw down the Exclusion Mage that my opponent already saw, because I don't want to have to discard a card, which would be unfortunate, even though with the Mortify, I would have been able to otherwise pop it off. So I think we could see Niv Mizzet right now, which is fine, because then he has to throw down one land. He won't be able to protect the Niv Mizzet, and I'm just going to swing in. Oh no, he won't. 1,000-Year Storm. Okay, so this could get a bit dangerous if I didn't have a Mortify. So we may see my opponent just quitting right now, because, yeah, unless he could do something right now, this was pretty much, I feel like, a free win. This was a very late game type of deck. Unless he could return all my stuff into hand, then I don't really see what my opponent could do. What's it gonna be, buddy? Firemind's Research, okay. You know, I just started the audiobook for the new War of the Spark. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna swing in first with an attack and see if I get the game this way. I'm gonna start doing some shtick. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, is I just started doing the audiobook for the new War of the Spark novel that came out. And I have to say that well, you know what? Should I get rid of it? Research. Remove 2 charge counters. I don't want him to be... No, I'm just going to let it be. It's not such a big threat. So, sorry about that. So, as I was saying, I just started doing the audiobook for the new book. And I have to say, I am most definitely pretty happy with the audiobook. But poor Niv Mizzet, apparently he's dead now. Yeah, poor Niv Mizzet, he's dead. He's like some sort of ghost. Oh wow, this dude's in a real pinch. 2 cards in hand. What's he gonna do? 1 card in hand. He can't remove this Lumbering Battlement, not with any... I mean, maybe he could send it back into hand, but I still win because I have 2 creatures on the field after that. This is so nice. Full hand of playable cards. What's he gonna do? And that's game. The game? Fail 2. What's this do? Mission briefing? Fail 2, then choose an instant search card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. What's he gonna do? I don't see how that wins. He can't send me back into instant or sorcery. He doesn't have any instants or sorceries to send me into hand. I guess he could surveil too, so maybe he's hoping to get Blink of an Eye or something. So he's gonna go over here and shimmer a possibility. What's that gonna do for him? Let's see, so he's gonna be able to cast that at me. Then he's gonna go ahead and remove 5 counters. And he's gonna hope... Yeah, I should have just mortified, sorry, before he lightning struck. Or I couldn't have anyway. Okay, so no, okay, anyway, whatever. We're gonna have to let this hit. And he's gonna hope to draw. How many cards does he draw off this? Okay, yeah, I win the game. That was fun. Alright, that was pretty much a free one, I feel. You know, that was a late game deck, and that wasn't going to stand up. I have a bunch of early plays in this deck. Okay, so that's 1 under our belt. You saw Lumbering Battlement hit the battlefield, which is nice. However, I didn't have the strongest board today. I figured I should have gone for it anyway. I didn't have to play the Ravenous Chupacabras. I didn't have anything in my graveyard to do the Gravedigger. I didn't have anything, like, I didn't need to play the the mages. Okay, so over here, I think I could chance it simply because I have Dusk Legion Zealot. I may come to regret it, but we shall see. I need to pull off myself a white land. So if I could get myself a white land, I'll be very happy. So come in with the Watery Grave into the Drowned Catacomb. Oh, beautiful. Ask and you shall receive. Oh, we're really good. We're so good right now. We're even going to hit the Ravenous Chupacabra, Militia Buglers. All's good in the hood over here. If everything... Okay, wait. He may do some hand hate. Light Sail Freebooter. So he's going to take the Justice Stars Portal. Just still fine by me. He's going to need to start Thought Erasuring, and then he's going to go for the Lumbering Battlement. It's a good thing that I am running in this deck. I'm running in this deck 2 Gravediggers, so I could bring stuff back. Portal. Ooh. So in this Surveil deck such as this, does he benefit by having stuff in his graveyard? I think we go for the Militia Bugler. Yeah, we're going to do the Militia Bugler and see what this... Oh, get that. Another Wall of Lost Thoughts. So next turn, depending on what he does, I know that this guy may do his Thought Erasure about now. Probably wants to get rid of the Ravenous Chupacabra. Oh, if this is what he's playing, that's not going to be enough. Nope. A pirate deck should not be enough. You know what I'm thinking right now? In this deck, I could add something to make it a bit more better. Which would be, in this case... Do I need to get rid of anything? Question. Always get rid of the Justice Stars Portal, I suppose. The Kitesail Freebooter. Get the Justice Stars Portal back in hand. Okay, it's fine. He sees the threat, at least. He knows the threat. He sees the threat. And let's see what he's going to do about the threat. So depending... You know what? Even if I draw another land now, I think I'm going to go for both the Walls of the Lost Thoughts, make him mill himself a bit, and then go for the Lumbering Battlement. Okay, so we should see Lumbering Battlement do its full thing. I do have to be a bit worried because this guy, after all, is playing these dimmer colors. He probably has a Sinister Sabotage somewhere in here. We'll confirm right now some stuff when we discard his deck. Okay, so he's got Murders, that's for sure. Do we see... Wow, okay, so we got rid of 3 of his Murders. Enters tapped. Okay, so I suppose next turn we're just going to swing on in with the Lumbering Battlement, see what it does for us. So even if he murders it off afterwards, we're fine. I really hope that he can't do anything with this Lumbering Battlement next turn, because if he could counter it, that would be a real shame. But if he can't, you guys are going to see something pretty sweet. Oh, unfortunately, we're about to lose our Militia Bugler. That is a shame. I would have loved to have him under my Lumbering Battlement, but... This is still fine. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to make my opponent discard 8 cards, and I'm going to snipe something off. So he could still Sinister Sabotage. No, he cannot. Oh, this is just... Yes! Hallelujah. Okay, guys, you're about to see something quite fun. So next turn, I'm going to Lumbering Battlement the Lumbering Battlement. And then you're going to see how I could potentially start this pinging off. So I actually... You're a dumbass, dude. He screwed up. He totally screwed up. Okay. Whack. I'm going to get back the Lumbering Battlement. Oh, that was the juiciest misplay on my opponent's behalf I've ever seen. Oh, and the Lumbering Battlement comes back in. I'm going to take these guys back once again. And then next turn, Lumbering Battlement again. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Damn right that was nice. Okay. And now we're going to Lumbering Battlement the Lumbering Battlement. Oh shit, I should have attacked first. Yeah, that was stupid of me, but whatever. Misplays all around. I got too excited. I'm actually going to snipe off the Kitesail Freebooter because I actually... Beautiful. Okay, so you saw what just happened over here. That was really nice. Okay, so I made a bit of a misplay. I could have swung in for some hella damage, but that was fun. Okay, so far we're 2 for 2. I'll probably go one more. I'm glad I was able to showcase to you guys what it's like to go ahead and snipe that off. But that was pretty satisfying, having my opponent thinking he was going to go ahead and steal my Lumbering Battlement only to get screwed. I think that's akin to having an opponent steal a Nicol Bolas and then try to transform it under his power and only give it back to the opponent. Righty, any day now. So far we did pretty good. Yes, this is very nice. We have all the mana sources that we need. This is give us more cards. This will mill my opponent. This will do some removal. I would have rather started with 3 land in hand, but I guess I'll stick with this. Excuse me. Okay, is this going to be aggro? What's a Rakdos aggro deck? Oh, this is just great. Okay. So next turn, Wall of Lost Thoughts. You may see a Skewer the Critics or light up the stage. Another Footline Fiend. And we have some life gain. We're in a very sweet spot right now. Okay, so far, so nice. Gash no Pyromancer. We do have a Inspiring Cleric for some life gain. That's also always sweet. I'm going to go for the Militia Bugler first. Yeah, so I actually know how to make this deck better, by the way. I definitely do. I'm going to have to put in that 3-drop black creature, mono black creature. That is a horse or a mirror. That when it enters the battlefield, the opponent, all the opponent's creatures get -1/-1. Shit, so he just took care of my move. That's fine. I'm fine with him wasting up removal. I'm going to block this out. Next turn, I'm going to come in with a Chupacabra. I'm going to snipe off the Pyromancer. Okay, this is sweet. One Pyromancer gone. Okay, shock. That's fine. He's going to run out of removal very fast. He has 2 cards in hand. I have 5. All of which I could play. Nice. Judith the Scourge Diva. I'm going to have to do something about that. That's going to die right now. I'm still fine for now. Beautiful. We have a Dusk Legion Zealot next turn for some more card draw. Get rid of Judith. Do 1 damage to my face. Still fine by me. Still fine by me. Perfect. He's just eating up removal. And I do have Gravediggers in this deck. I kind of wish that these remained on the field. I kind of need them on the field. But we'll play with what we're given. So now we'll start off. I'm just going to use 1 like this because I may want to use another black land depending on what I get. Not necessary. Inspiring Cleric. The battlefield. And my opponent just quit. That was nice, but I think I'm going to go another match. That really didn't do this deck justice. It's really cool because all these enter the battlefield creatures that I'm playing are very low cost creatures. So, you know, their attack isn't much, but if I keep on sending my opponent's stuff back into hand with my Exclusion Mages, if I keep on killing him off with my Ravenous Chupacabras, I'm suddenly having on the board a bunch of 2/2 creatures where I get to swing in and slowly hit him up for some pretty nasty life. Pretty nasty damage. So I was thinking maybe instead of Basilica Bellhaunt, I could always put in that 5-cost vampire, that mono black vampire. It's a 3/4 with flying that whenever it enters the battlefield, I gain 3 life and my opponent loses 3 life. But at 5 cost, I find it's gonna be a bit more hard for me to pull off the way I wanted to. I think Basilica Bellhaunt for the time being is a pretty good play. Catacombs, let's start off over here with the Hallowed Fountain. We went first, so that's always nice. Okay, so now we have a Basilica Bellhaunt. Beautiful. We have 2 Chupacabras. I'm hoping to draw another black land this turn. Okay, this guy's got to go. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm not gonna make the mistake of keeping this guy on the field. This guy needs to go and go ASAP. So that's nice. I got rid of him. We have the Bellhaunt for the next turn. We have a Chupacabras if that's what we need. Legion War Boss. Yeah, the War Boss got to go now as well. Oh, this is just great. I'd rather play the Bellhaunt when the opponent has less cards in hand anyway, because then he really pays the price. He's going to discard hopefully his last card in hand or second to last card in hand. For his challenger, I'm going to Chupacabra that one as well. Oh, this is just nice. Okay, so we have a good jump on the opponent. Fortunately, the opponent does have more cards than me now. But I think we're fine. I think we could... Yeah, we have the mana advantage, which is always nice. Deafening Clarion. Okay, so that hurt. I think it's time for the Bellhaunt. Wait, maybe not. Oh, no. Z. Yeah, okay, so should I Grave Dig into a Dusk Legion Zealot? No, I'm going to go for the Basilica Bellhaunt first. Okay, so I didn't factor in that my opponent may have a Deafening Clarion. It's funny because it would have wiped out his creatures also. Well, I suppose he was just hedging his bets. Lava Coil, okay. So my opponent is really ripping out. Okay, I think now the time's for a Gravedigger. The time has come for Gravedigger. Oh, yes! Yes, okay, so we're not going to see Noza Talpa come our way. I think the best thing for me right now would be to score another Chupacabra. It seems like my opponent is playing creatures and removal, so at least the creatures I can eat up, even if he's gonna slap me. It'll be nice to also draw a Lumbering Battlement just about now. Broke Reinforcements. Okay, let this go like this. I want the Gravedigger. Ooh. Okay, this is sweet. We have another Wall of Lost Thoughts. That was just land. Do I save the I think I saved the Chupacabras for something more threatening, no? He doesn't have any hand hate over here. He knows I have this in hand, so he's going to have to play his cards accordingly. Okay. Now we're going to have to deal with this stuff and deal with it right away. Okay, this is not good because I don't have any way of dealing with Planeswalkers. May be able to bring something back as well. Maybe the Swiftblade Vindicator. If he does that, yeah, I'm going to have to snipe this guy off. Okay, guys, we're in a good place now. So, snipe off with the Swiftblade. I'm going to go in for an attack. He's going to have to defend with at least one. Okay. This is good. This is good for us. This is quite good for us. Hero of Precinct 1. We're going to smash that dude. Okay, that was... Okay, let me think real quick. Okay, Ravenous Chupacabra on the Shalai. Yes, Ravenous Chupacabra on the Shalai. Okay, so he slowed me down. Okay, this is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna go for the Lumbering Battlements. I hope to actually draw right now. I want to top deck a Justice Stars Portal, because if I do that, then it's all she wrote. Wow, so he has 2 Heroes of Precinct 1s. Second, let me think. So I have, no, that's not enough mana to do it that way. Let's think, what could I even draw? Theoretically, so wait, I have 2 Chupacabras down on the field, 1 Chupacabra down over there. No, we're going for the Lumbering Battlement, guys. Lumbering Battlement right now. We're gonna steal off a good portion of stuff right now. The question is, do I leave, you know what? I'll leave a defender. Yeah, I'll leave just 1 defender beyond the Lumbering Battlement. Okay, so now we're in a pretty sweet spot. So no matter how he jacks stuff up, I'm not really worried about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely need that mirror that does 1/1 to all the creatures. Okay, still cool with me. Juicy. Okay, this is very juicy right now. So let me see. He has 3, 5, 3, 5. This is technically 9. All right, so he could kill the Lumbering Battlement, which is fine by me, I suppose. He's probably not going to do that anyway. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to smash him in the face. You know what? I'm not even going to try to smash a Johnny in the face. I'm just going to go for gold. So let's see how he plays this. Okay, he'll probably block it out with a chump blocker. Cool beans. It's time to go ahead and Lumbering Battlement. The Lumbering Battlement. This is just great. Okay. Opponent discard another 4 cards. I'm going to bring back another Ravenous Chupacabra. I'm going to smash this. I'm going to smash this. Oh, that was just devastating to the opponent. That was just phenomenal. Take action. Oh, yes. That hurt the opponent. Oh, perfect. We got rid of another Deafening Clarion. Let's hope he doesn't have a 3rd copy in the deck. I don't know if he'll be running a 3rd copy of Deafening Clarion. Okay, so I do want to be able to deal with the Johnny, obviously. Interesting. So this is going to do 8 damage. Probably has some form of removal. I think, does it have trample? It has trample. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to block it out like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. You know what? Actually, I'd rather the Gravedigger on the field. Just in case he could cast a spell, which is quite possible. Yep, it is possible, and it's likely. He's going to hit up the Lumbering Battlement, which is fine. Target creature. Ooh, shit. Okay, he still dies. We both die. Fine. Okay, yeah. Have that happen. Yeah, okay. Anyway, you saw how that works. This is a super fun deck. I would like to call it a jank brew, if I don't say so myself. Ooh, we got a rare wild card. Got her bones. Okay. Pretty cool. Anyway, this is my Enter the Battlefield gifts. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Cool little brew over here. If you guys have any input, throw it down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed and have a great night.